Go! Find the captain. When I recover, I'll head to Coghlan Village in Stormhaven.
You dare meddle with the supernal dreamers? Taste the flames of oblivion. Go, my minions. Slash and rend. Why won't you, in his name, die?
What happened? I have to get to Coghlan Village. Meet me there.
Fire, scamps, William disappears, and now strangers on the property. The farmhands all gave up. Maybe I need to give up too. The farm's lost, and my sweet William. Sorry, hero. You're too late to save the day this time. Look around. The farm's in ashes. My daughter Gunnis and I stayed only to search for my husband, but at this point, I think we have to assume he was killed in the fire. If you want to waste your time, I won't argue. But we're packing up and leaving. My daughter, Gunnis, is over there sifting through the ashes. Would you mind telling her to come back to the house?
This doesn't make sense. There has to be something, anything, some sign of what happened to my father. How can she say that? How could she leave without him? She can give up if she wants to, but I won't. Not until I know for sure. I still haven't searched everywhere. Will you help me? I don't just believe, I know. My mother is just not thinking clearly. We haven't even checked all the buildings. I've actually been putting off the northern barn. It creeps me out. I'll go talk some sense into my mother, but could you check it? Mother? Is that you? Oh, you came back. You have to help me. Some creepy guy was here, and then my mother tied me up, locked the door, and they left. Can you get me out? I think she wrapped it up in a piece of bacon and fed it to one of those scamps. That's what it sounded like, at least. Mother? Is that you? Thank the 8 you came back. Do you know what's going on? Some creepy man named Sensuous was here, and then my mother tied me up and left. No, she just said it was for my own good. Then something about a dream and my dad. I don't understand. Who was that man, and why did my mother tie me up? A cult? What cult? You don't mean... Oh no, my dad. She said something about him and a sacrifice he had to make. The man said they were going up the hill to the west. Please, you have to go after them. Yes, please, and then go find my dad. I'll meet you outside.
Where's Gunny's? I have to find her.
You are an unnaturally incredible hero among heroes. You saved my dad. I feel like I should be sad because of my mother, but I just can't help it. I'm so happy. Thanks to you. It's hard to look around here and feel safe. But I do. Especially since you're here. When we rebuild the farm, I think I'll build a statue in your honor. And put it right over there.
Did you hear about the attempt on the king's life? Someone saved him!
To think I shared a bed with that woman and she nearly killed me. I suppose she may have been under the influence of that crazy cultist, Sensuous. That reminds me, I hate to ask anything else of you, but I think there may still be some danger. Well, the scamp's running around here for one thing, but I have reason to believe there could be worse things coming if we don't act fast. That crazy Sensualist was telling Rosalie about these portals he had opened up around the farm. My thoughts exactly, and I'd like to go out and do it myself. I wouldn't want Gunnies to lose both her parents. I think it might be smarter if you go. If you're willing, that is.
Hey, over here! Could you help a fellow out? Praise Akatosh. You'd be amazed how many people just walk by a fellow in dire circumstances. My sister and I were visiting our aunt's farm when the whole place went to oblivion in an oat basket. Crazy cultists and Daedra are killing everyone. Not a soul. I don't think there's any hope of saving the farm. My aunt, my cousin, I think they may be dead. I just want to get my sister and go home to Camlorn. Is that so much to ask? But my sister is too scared. She won't come. She's locked herself up in the house we were staying in. I knocked on the door. I even begged her to come. You think you could try to persuade her? Her name is Marlene. Thank you. I was beginning to lose faith. So many selfish people just walk by, abandoning me and my sister to fate. If you can just convince her to leave the house, then she and I can get out of here and go back to Camlorn. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'm not even that close to my aunt. My parents just sent us here to work the farm for a season. If you want to search for my aunt, that would be great. But I just want to get my sister and go home. I know. They're terrible, aren't they? That's another reason why I just want to go back to Camlorn. People are nicer there, I think.
Were those Daedra death screams I heard? Music to my ears. And you destroyed those damnable portals too. I think now we'll be safe. It's hard to believe that someone I don't even know would go so far out of their way to help us. There's hope now, at least. Thank you.
way! So far, all the crazy people and monsters have just ignored this house. If you keep knocking, they'll come and kill you. And then they'll break down the door and kill me! Safe? You really expect me to believe that? I saw those things. I saw what they did to the farmhands. There's no way I'm coming out there. I guess you're right. Alright, I'll come out for a peek. And if it's clear, we can make a run for it. But you'd better protect me.
Let's get going then! Come on! What are you waiting for? Let's go!
Could you please untie me? It's good that you've come along, friend. The Van family is in dire need of aid. If you could untie me, we could have a more civil conversation. The Supernal Dreamers. I should have seen this coming, but I failed, and I need your help to set matters straight. The Dreamers have captured Ingrid Van, the owner of this farm, and I fear they have dark plans for her. I'm certainly eager to explain the situation further, but do you think we could continue the conversation over by the bridge? Come with me to the bridge. We can
Come
speak
on!
safely there.
I've got what you need.
Hey, where are you taking me? Why are we going this way? Hey, where are you taking me? Why are we I'm not stopping here. Those things are too close. I'll meet you at the castle, Finis.
Perhaps we can now have a civil conversation. I'm Perry, Brother Perry, traveling through Alcaire on my way back to Pariah Abbey. Ingrid Van offered me a room for the night. It just happened to be the night the Supernal Dreamers attacked. They serve Vermina, the Daedric Prince of Nightmares. I know this because I am an initiate at Pariah Abbey. We knew the Dreamers were active in Alcaire, but their intentions for Ingrid Van suggest a more aggressive plan than we imagined. The Supernal Dreamers have put her into an enchanted sleep, tied down in front of a portal, undoubtedly from Vermina's dark domain. They will summon a Daedric spirit to inhabit Ingrid's body. You need to break the enchantment to free her. It will not be easy, and you will need to move quickly, but it can be done. You will need to reverse the Daedric ritual, which will require gathering a few somewhat grisly items. Then you must follow the directions exactly to break the spell. I'm afraid I would only be a liability in a fight. I can, however, offer you my amulet for some assistance, but you will still need to gather the items. You will need to acquire the hearts of 2 different Daedra. A Scamp and a Dremora should do. Then find my ritual candle in the Van's barn. Take the items to where Ingrid lies in the Stonebridge Mill, and there you will perform the ritual. Offer the Dremora heart first to summon the dark spirit. Then light the ritual candle to enchant it. And finally, offer the Scamp heart to dispel it. Memorize this, for it must be done in this order. When one meddles in such dark practices, anything is possible. I suggest you proceed with care and make sure to enact the ritual properly.
I'm glad that's over. We need to get back to Camlorn. See you around. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I've just been under a lot of stress with this whole situation. Here's something for your help. It's not much, but we have a long trip ahead of us. I'm sure you understand.
Are there any more scamps down there? Bring them on, I say. Scamp Killer is my middle name. I can still wield a blade just like when I was a young man. Just watch!
My husband's a little hard of hearing. Not quite in touch with reality either. He thinks he killed that scamp, but it was actually our cat. Bless his heart, though. He certainly means well. Just play along, if you will. Oh, yes. Lived here all our lives. Our daughter Ingrid took over the farm a few years ago. Between you and me, she does a better job. Then our granddaughter Rosen lives here, and our other grandchildren Finis and Marlene are visiting. Oh, you're so young. You must not have children of your own. Older parents eventually realize that you just can't afford to spend all your time worried about the kids and the grandkids. I have enough to worry about with Gerode.
Is this the real world? Or is this yet another trick? I will not let the darkness in. Wait. This is real, isn't it? You're real. Was it you who woke me? Then I am indebted to you, stranger. Oh, that nightmare. I thought I would be stuck there forever. Wait. What about Rosen? Was that real, or was it just a dream? Where is she? Do you know? I think it was real. You have to help me. My daughter. And if they've harmed one hair, I'll salt all Tamriel with their blood. I just have to find her. There was something in the dream. A cultist standing over Rosen reading a scroll. It's on Nightmare Crag. Out of my way. Then you have to go. They're doing the same thing to her they wanted to do to me, but worse. There's something about that scroll. Please, get that scroll and find a way to pull her back. You have to!
How are the house repairs going?
Gods! They killed them all! Those Daedric filth killed my entire patrol. Then they dragged me off and threw me into a nightmare. Vermina. They kept saying Vermina. High King Emmerich needs to know about this cult. With their nightmare magic, these Daedric madmen could plunge Stormhaven into chaos. But you, thank you for saving me. As soon as I recover, I'm going to Wayrest. I have to warn the king about these people. These supernal dreamers. I don't know, but it can't be good. They're up there calling on Vermina, the Daedric Prince of Nightmares, putting me to sleep and talking about summoning something. If it's what I saw in my dreams, it's something terrible. Without a doubt. I even heard King Emmerich's name. We need to warn him. We need to warn everyone. I told the village constable, but he's more worried about these slavers. He doesn't understand. These people worship Vermina. No more than most men. She's the Daedric Prince of Nightmares and Evil Dreams. She's horrible, but some people actually worship her.
He has been acting strange lately. I'll admit I was surprised he broke up with Sabisa. She's gorgeous.
I'll say. That's one forge I wouldn't mind firing up.
I'd be careful you don't say that too loud. I heard Sabisa was once quite a swordsman.
I don't know, but it can't be good. They're up there calling on Vermina, the Daedric Prince of Nightmares, putting me to sleep and talking about summoning something. If it's what I saw in my dreams, it's something terrible. Without a doubt. I even heard King Emmerich's name. We need to warn him. We need to warn everyone. I told the village constable, but he's more worried about these slavers. He doesn't understand. These people worship Vermina.
Fine goods at fair prices.
This is insane! I've committed no crime!
What do you mean, not a good idea? You expect me to show pity for someone who's working with slavers?
You really believe that? She's a Knight of the Flame. There's no way she was working with the slavers.
Then why'd the constable have her locked up? You don't have an answer for that, do you?
I don't understand the constable's reasoning, but I have enough sense to realize...
Whoever you are, you've got to help me. I know what this looks like, but I can assure you, I have committed no crime. The local constable is apparently 2 arrows shy of a quiver. The town was attacked by slavers, and he's accused me of being involved. I am a Knight of the Flame for Mara's sake, sent here to help secure the village. Just that I arrived in town right before the attack. It's absurd! Nerves are on edge at the castle, so I was sent to help protect the village. A messenger should have arrived ahead of me, but Constable Pascal says he never received the message. I'm glad you came along. The constable's down by the docks. If he won't listen to reason, try to find the messenger from Alcaire Castle. He can explain everything. If you can get me released, the Knights of the Flame will be in your debt. I can't imagine who would do such a thing. If that is the case, though, someone needs to send word to the Knights of the Flame at Alcaire Castle. The Knights of the Flame are sworn to defend Stormhaven from any who would do harm to the Bretons. But our primary duty is to protect the royal family. High King Emmerich, of course, and his brother, Duke Nathaniel, at Elcaire Castle to the north. Indeed, all kinds of rumors, spies at court, an attempt on the Duchess's life, an army of Red Guards with orders to storm the castle. Sir Hughes, the head of the Knights of the Flame, sent me here to make sure the village remains secure. The Knights of the Flame are sworn to defend Stormhaven from any who would do harm to the Bretons. But our primary duty is to protect the royal family. High King Emmerich, of course, and his brother, Duke Nathaniel, at Elcaire Castle to the north. Indeed, all kinds of rumors, spies at court, an attempt on the Duchess's life, an army of Red Guards with orders to storm the castle. Sir Hughes, the head of the Knights of the Flame, sent me here to make sure the village remains secure.
Anything I can do for you?
What do you mean, not a good idea? You expect me to show pity for someone who's working with slavers?
You really believe that? She's a Knight of the Flame. There's no way she was working with the slavers.
You're welcome to Coghlan Village, traveler, but you'll have to excuse me. No time for idle chat. The town's been attacked by slavers, and to make matters worse, they had help from people we would have expected to be on our side. Exactly. Everyone is all worked up because she's claiming to be a Knight of the Flame. I give her credit for a brilliant disguise, but I wasn't born yesterday. You didn't fall for her cockamamie story, did you? Again, a very convenient lie. There was a messenger from the castle here, but he didn't say anything to me. He was over there by the warehouse when the slavers attacked. Those fancy clothes made him a target. They took him captive. Well, I got the town guard organized fast and had the slavers in full retreat. The cowards. They barricaded themselves in the warehouse, though. We're just going to starve them out. If your messenger's not dead, they've got him down there. Be my guest. Just don't expect any help from the guard. The slavers are like rats, quick to scurry back into a hole. But they fight nasty when they're cornered. The Dunmer crept up from the south and attacked in the dark. They killed the watchguard, but not before he sounded the alarm. We reacted fast. I had an uneasy feeling, so we were on alert. Lost a few good men, but the Dunmer lost more. It's possible, but we cornered most of the cowards and cut them down. The last dozen or so barricaded themselves in the warehouse. Current plan is to just starve them out. If your messenger's alive, though, they've got him in there.
It's lucky we were able to drive the slavers back this time. I'm worried about what might happen if they were to attack again, though.
Lucas! Lucas! My poor little baby. All alone out there. If you're leaving the village,
If you could please look out for my son. With these slavers about, I'm afraid something terrible has happened. Breakfast. I made his favorite, biscuits and jam. Then he went out to play. That good-for-nothing deputy won't even go look for him. But the slavers could have shipped Lucas off to Morrowind by now. He says that securing the town comes first, but the town seems perfectly secure to me. Someone has to help my baby. If you find Lucas, I'll be eternally grateful. He's just an innocent boy. In a minute, I'll have to go get dinner ready, but I'm going to keep his plate warm. Sometimes he goes fishing on the beach just south of the village. He wears his little boots. Oh, my poor little boy. Please find him. You have to.
Getting hungry yet?
Deputy seemed pretty edgy. I think something is going to happen soon.
Just try to get out of there.
It's about time. I assume the Duke sent you? I am his personal messenger, you know. Well, what are you waiting for? Untie me! I had a message for the constable. Not that it's any business of yours. Sir Hughes of the Knights of the Flame sent me with clear orders. The message is for the constable's ears only. No, please, I'll tell you. Not like it's a really important secret or anything. Sir Hughes just takes himself a little too seriously. The message was just that Dame Dabienne of the Knights of the Flame was coming to help with security. No, I never got the chance. I had to talk to my friend first. Well, I didn't have to, I suppose. Anyways, that's when the slavers attacked. Will you untie me now? I'll go talk to the constable right away.
It's quiet on the other side. Still nothing here?
Fear grips my heart.
This young man is lucky to be alive, though I'm not sure he realizes it. He told me about the message from the castle. The whole thing just seems a little too convenient, though, doesn't it? I can't release Dame Dabienne. Not yet. My duty is to ensure the safety of this village, and my gut's telling me that she's part of the threat. Too many coincidences. If we can get the village secure, we can revisit the matter. Right now, I need to deal with this ship. The slavers are on board. The captain claims he's not with them, but I know the truth. He's asking me to send the town guard to help him clear the slavers from below decks. It's clearly some kind of trap, and we're not falling for it. He's not, but even if he was, it wouldn't be my problem. My duty is to the village, not his ship. Bottom line, he needs to turn his ship around and head back out to sea. If not, we'll just sink it right here. That'll solve his slaver problem. You do that. Soon as we can ensure the town's in no immediate danger, we can talk about releasing your friend from the stocks.
Aren't you afraid?
Yet another fobbing lout, stealing right out in the open.
If we hadn't already lost half the crew, I'd have half a mind to teach these village guards a lesson.
In all my years sailing these seas, I've never received such ill treatment in a friendly port. My men lie here bleeding on deck and we are refused aid. This man they call Constable is the son of a dog. Or did he change his mind? I'd sooner eat sand than do business with these Dunmer swine. I have explained this. Last night was dark. When I realized there was no beacon to mark the shore, I dropped anchor. The slavers came in longboats. They caught us unawares. It was a daring battle. The slavers outnumbered us 10 to 1, but we'd planned for this. We lured them below decks and sealed the hatch. Many men were lost, though. We here on deck are all that remain, and we need aid. Can you help us? Yes, of course. I would gladly give my ledger over, but unfortunately it is below decks. This is why I've asked the constable to assist us in eliminating these Dunmer dogs, but he has refused. I'm afraid we're at a stalemate in this respect. You are brave, perhaps even a little foolhardy, but I like you. Though I fear for your safety down there, I will not stand in your way. If you return with the ledger, I will be forever in your debt. My spirit soars to see you return in one piece. And you found the ledger. Rutka bless you. Please, take it to this constable and prove that we are friends and in need of assistance.
Go back to your homes. You'll be much safer there.
The captain still refuses to leave? All right, then we'll do this the hard way. I'll call together the rest of the guard. You have the ship's ledger? The captain said it was lost below decks. I'll have to study this, but I'll be honest, I'm extremely skeptical this will prove anything completely. No, I'm sorry, we just can't take that risk. I dreamed about all of this, you see. The slavers, the ship, the knight, they were all working together. Even the blacksmith. I've known her for years. Yes, Sabisa the blacksmith too. And I don't care how it sounds. Defending the village is the highest priority, and we need weapons for that. Sabisa is refusing to supply us. She's leaving me no option but to have her arrested. Actually, I'd prefer you didn't. I appreciated your objectivity at first, but I must admit I am beginning to question your intentions. I'd prefer if you simply left town. You don't know what you're talking about. Paranoid. If you saw what I saw, I dreamed about this. Every last detail. You think that was just a coincidence? No way.
If Constable Pascal sent you here with orders to open the forge, you can just turn around and head right back out the door. That man has no right to order me around, and I'm not about to issue weapons for his witch hunt. Arrest me? That beef-witted bastard? To think I even cooked that man breakfast. What in oblivion's gotten into him? First he arrests a Knight of the Flame, and now me? We were friends for years, and then one night... Well, I guess you don't need the details. For a month or two, I thought we had something. Then he just broke it off. Wouldn't even let me in his house to talk. He acted like I had betrayed him. He did? He was having trouble sleeping. You know, I saw one of those weird cult members leaving his house. The Supernal Dreamers. You don't think that has anything to do with this? Good idea. Perhaps there's some indication of why Pascal's behaving this way. He's just not himself. I'll talk to some of the other townspeople. I bet some of them have noticed his behavior as well.
Pascal's dreams are mine.
Turns out that almost everyone in town thinks Pascal's been acting strange, even the guards. Did you find anything that explains his behavior? Oh, my poor little Pascal. What a mess you've made. One thing's for sure. We need to put an end to all these wicked accusations he's been making. Indeed. As I said, even the town guards knew something was amiss. I told them to be ready. I suppose Pascal will probably have to be restrained. Oh well. Best thing for unpleasant work is just to get it over with. Let's go.
Mathon, Calixte, you're my friends. Are you going to allow this?
Serves you right for accusing innocent people.
Oh, my aching neck. I haven't been this sore in years. Oh, but freedom sure does feel good. This situation was more dangerous than I realized. You went way beyond the call of duty here, friend. I can't adequately express my gratitude. Not as glad as I am, believe me. It seems I'll need to take over security here in the village. And with those slavers out there, I need to get busy. First, though, I'm gonna see if someone around here can give me a massage. The villagers may not realize it, but you saved this town from crumbling into chaos. I mentioned before that I came from Alcaire Castle. The situation there is critical, and I think you might be able to make a difference. I could give you a list, to be sure, but my concerns are more general. There are rumors of assassins and spies in the castle, and as I was leaving, I heard something about a Red Guard army marching in that direction. Good question. We're all part of the Daggerfall Covenant, right? Maybe it was a false report. All the same, you should go. Talk to Messenger Courtier when you get there. I asked him to announce your coming to Duke Nathaniel.
There's another set of stocks right there next to the constable.
I'm right, you know. You'll see. When they plunder our town.
Take him to the warehouse. Give him to the slavers.
Soon as you start talking sense, we'll let you out of there, honey. My poor, poor Pascal. I thought he was acting like a churlish teenager, but it turns out he was just under the influence of some evil curse.
Wait, I thought the night was dangerous. Now it's... I'm all confused.
dickhead!
My mother. She was in the dream too. Is she... I have to get home.
God strike you! Couldn't you have just waited 5 more minutes? The slavers outside the tent were talking about where their base of operations is. Then they got interrupted. I'm guessing they saw you. My mom sent you, didn't she? Exactly. My mother's a little overprotective. She still tries to tuck me into bed at night. It's embarrassing. And now she's messed up the whole plan. I actually came here to spy on the slavers. Anything and everything. With Constable Pascal acting strange, Deputy Lyric and I took the initiative. I may not have heard where their base of operations is, but there are plans for some other attack floating around the camp. You did? Well, then I guess we can consider this operation a success. If you haven't already, we just need to get those plans to Deputy Lyric in the village. I guess I should go reassure my mother. Get those plans back as fast as you can. May the Eight protect you.
Surely the Eight sent you to save us. Me, my daughter, we owe you our lives. Do you always go to such great lengths to help people you don't even know? Well, I'm glad you decided to do so today. You will always, always be welcome at the Van Farm. Stay as long as you like. This whole thing was like some terrible nightmare. It reminds me of the day I lost my husband so many years ago. I don't know if you can understand. I've moved on, but sometimes I still feel a little lonely. William, a widower. I'm so sorry to hear that. Poor Rosalie, may the Eight bless her soul. Are you suggesting I... Maybe I will pay the Nurins a visit. They appreciate the suggestion.
Bet I'm going to be having nightmares for a long time after all this. Times like these, I miss having my father around.
An undead werewolf took over Camelot. An undead werewolf? How does that even work?
I heard someone was down there teaching the slavers a lesson. I'm guessing you're that someone. Any signs they're planning something else?
An attack on the lighthouse, but why? That doesn't make any sense. Let me take a look at these plans. They're putting out the lighthouse signal fire so ships will crash on the rocks. Someone's got to warn the lighthouse keeper, Tyree. Damn it. If only we could spare the men. Thanks for at least letting me know. Safe travels, friend.
Well... You did it. You even got him home in time for dinner. It weighs heavily on a mother's heart to worry about her son. I can't thank you enough. I'll never forget what you've done for us. I hope someday my little Lucas grows up to be like you.
So Mrs. Norin was going to join those crazy cultists? I always knew that lady was a little off. I got a good feel for people, you know.
I always knew Rosalie had something like this in her. She has a crazy streak a mile wide. If William's back, maybe I'll go back to the farm after all.
Stay on your toes, friend. Be on guard if you're headed up to the castle. King Faharajad's army is camped outside the walls. They claim they're here in a diplomatic capacity, but I'm not buying it. To attack the castle, isn't that obvious? This is the beginning of the end for the Covenant, mark my words. King Faharajad probably planned this all along. Thought that under the banner of peace, we'd just let his army march right in. Of course, I wasn't born yesterday. Neither was Dame Follett. She's our commanding officer outside the wall. You should talk to her up at the castle's main gate.
Damned foreigners. Nothing but trouble around here ever since the Duke married King Faharajad's daughter. And now there's a Red Guard army on our doorstep, expecting the Knights of the Flame to just stand aside? Envoy Darima marches up with an army claiming she's on a diplomatic mission from King Faharajad of Alakir. She says her message is for Duke Nathaniel alone and demands entry. All I have to say is over my dead body. My mission is clear. No one from the Red Guard camp allowed in the castle. I'm a Knight of the Flame, and I will enforce that directive to my dying breath. Sir Hughes is the head of our order. If you have concerns, speak to him inside the castle.
Gall and pox! Dame Dabienne wanted me to tell the Duke you were coming here. You saved me back in Coglin Village. I'm the messenger, the one in the warehouse. I'm sorry. I got back here and I had to tell my parents and my friends about the slaver attack down at the village. And then it just completely slipped my mind. Not much point in doing it now. I can't believe I forgot to announce you to the Duke. I really am sorry. I hope you can forgive me. Oh yeah! I forgot to deliver the message to the constable in Coglin Village as well. That's actually kind of funny, isn't it? Unless... Are you frustrated with me? I know. You're right. I've never been a very good messenger. I always wanted to be a king, or a duke, or something more important. But here I am. I'm doing my best. Please don't tell anyone about this. I'll do better next time, I promise.
You're welcome to Alcair Castle. I'm sure you noticed King Faharajad's army camped outside our walls, so you can understand why Duke Nathaniel is not entertaining guests. I should hope you're not here to add to our troubles. Don't hear that too often, but it's most welcome. If blood gets spilled here, it could destroy the fragile alliance holding together the Daggerfall Covenant. We need to defuse this situation as quickly as possible. Damn it. Dame Follett is holding the envoy up at the gate, isn't she? Never questioning orders is Follett's strength and her weakness. I'll have to send word to make an exception. Meantime, I actually have a task you'd be well suited for. It's a sensitive matter. We've intercepted secret messages to King Faharajad from someone inside the castle who goes by the alias of Almundine. My hope is that a little research in the library might reveal where this term comes from. Unfortunately, the Duke requires that he personally approve all visitors to the library, and he can't know about this. The library guard, Sir Gregory, perhaps you can persuade him to look the other way, or, failing that, to leave his post. Again, you must keep this quiet. The Duke is already overwhelmed, and hearing about a spy inside the castle might push him over the edge. Get past Sir Gregory and into the library. Find out who Almundine is, and report back to me personally. For better or worse, the Duke defers to me on the matter for now. Nathaniel shares King Emmerich's bloodline, but not his talent for calm under pressure. Of course, the Duke's wife being King Faharajad's daughter doesn't make matters easier. Indeed, Duchess Lakana is one of King Faharajad's youngest daughters. They say he was quite fond of her. She doesn't speak of her father much, but I think those ties run deeper than she lets on. I cannot defy the Duke's orders, not with an army at the gates. You can. One thing that might help, Sir Gregory is insanely jealous of his wife. In his mind, she would be the sheath to every knight's blade. You didn't hear it from me.
Tell me you don't come bringing more bad tidings. I've already heard about the slavers on the shore and the cultists in the hills. I don't mean to be rude, but I have enough concerns. It's probably better if you speak to Sir Hughes.
I hope you will forgive us for not offering a more friendly welcome. The affairs of the region weigh heavily on my husband's shoulders. There are also concerns about security here in the castle. You really should speak with Sir Hughes.
Hold it right there! This is Duke Nathaniel's personal library. No access without his express permission. If it's an emergency, you want the armory, not the library. It's just books in there. Honestly, I don't know why the Duke's so worried about it, but he is. If I let you in, I'd be kicked out of the castle. Probably my wife, too. Hey, that's not very nice! My face is nice, though, isn't it? I don't like being threatened, though. Of course, it's not like anyone would know if you went in there. All right. You can go in, but don't say a word to anyone about this, or I'll lose my job. Remember, not a word.
Sometimes a true knight must undertake a mission that requires reading books rather than slaying monsters. Such is what I asked of you. Did you learn anything in the library? I feared as much. We have to proceed carefully now. We don't want to alert the Duchess or King Faharajad to the fact that we know about the secret communications. I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to speak with the Duke about this. The fact that the Duchess is sending secret letters to her father is serious cause for concern. We need to know exactly what they're planning, though. After speaking with King Faharajad's envoy, Duchess Lakana asked to go out and negotiate with the Redguard General herself. Clearly, we can't allow that. But the Duchess is refusing to let the envoy leave to deliver her message. My thoughts exactly. And in so doing, you would win her confidence. You already helped get the envoy through the gate, so Lakana will be inclined to trust you. Go speak with her upstairs. Do whatever you must to learn her plans.
Darima told me you spoke to Sir Hughes about Dame Follett. Thank you. You don't know what a relief it is to have her here. I am an outsider in Alcaire Castle, with no one I can fully trust. Sometimes I even wonder if I can trust the Duke. Because there have been several attempts made on my life, all from someone within these walls. An Alakir poison intended for my lips killed one of my tasters just a few days ago. There are many rivals for the throne in Alakir. They despise the Covenant, and they would kill me to destroy it. My father has been trying to identify the assassins. I must speak with General Thoda at the camp outside, but I am forbidden. Can I trust you? You did intercede on our behalf with Sir Hughes. Very well. But General Thoda will not expect you. You will need to get his attention. It may be difficult, but if you could best some of his warriors, he will want to see you. Thank you. Things are truly desperate when a daughter of King Faharajad must rely on the generosity of a stranger. But I do believe in you. The future of the Covenant, and my life, depends on you. Rupka, go with you, friend.
Who is this little pipsqueak walking through our camp? Perhaps I turn you into a pincushion? As am I. Watch and see a true warrior in action.
Let us dance, then.
Well fought. You should walk with more respect. You are in a camp full of soldiers who have been sitting still too long. Someone may decide to use you for sword practice. Very well. We shall see who fights best. Let us dance, then. Well fought.
What have we here? You come strutting through our camp with such attitude. Perhaps someone needs to teach you a lesson. You think so? Then let's find out.
Let us dance, then. Not bad.
This is a military camp, not fit for the likes of you. Be on your way, little one.
Very well. We shall see who fights best.
Let us dance, then. Well fought.
The nights are cold here in Stormhaven. I miss the warm sands of Alakir.
My sword arm has had little practice since coming to Stormhaven. You look like you might make good sport. You think so? Then let's find out. Let us dance, then. Stop this bloodshed! Not bad.
Wouldn't have expected such skill at arms from an outsider, but I saw you dueling over there. General Thoda did too, and he would like to speak with you. You will find him through the door.
You don't look so dangerous. Yet you waltz into my camp and pick fights with my soldiers. Tell me why I should not simply cut off your head where you stand. The princess, she is all right then. That is good. King Faharajad sent me to protect her, but there is little I can do from out here. I do not wish to start a war, but I will if my king orders it. I await new orders even now. Ah, yes, indeed. The poison maker was quite stubborn, but he spoke a name with his dying breath. It means nothing to me, though. He said, "Follett." She is. Then she is in the castle. Go then, quickly. Tell Lakana so that she may be prepared for this wench assassin. I cannot go in, so you must protect her.
You spoke with General Thoda? Please tell us. Tell the Duchess what he said. Dame Follett? By Rutger's beard, I knew that wench was capable of dark deeds the moment I laid eyes on her. She will pay for her crimes. I only pray there aren't more traitors involved in this conspiracy.
It is a relief to see you returned. I fear I might have asked too much. Tell me, though, did General Thoda have any new insights into the source of these assassination attempts? What? The Knights of the Flame are sworn to protect me. Why would one try to take my life? I know Dame Follett spoke out against my marriage to the Duke, but I can't imagine how that could motivate her to murder. I hope Dame Follett was acting alone in this. If there is a wider conspiracy, I fear for what that might mean for our future. No, this will not do. To run would be to surrender to this madwoman's hatred. Follett is the one who must pay. Though I don't always agree with him, Sir Hughes is a good man, and I trust him. Tell him of Follett's betrayal. He will see justice served. I can't believe my suspicions were so far from the truth. The assassin being a Breton only makes this situation more volatile. Please, tell Sir Hughes and ask him to resolve this matter swiftly. Because it has greater potential for destroying the Daggerfall Covenant. My choice to go to my father for help rather than the Knights of the Flame only made matters worse. I'm sorry for that now. Indeed, but perhaps it would have been better if Sir Hughes had uncovered that truth. No time for regrets, though. We will do this properly now. Let Sir Hughes handle it. It is what's best for the Covenant.
I trust you've earned the Duchess' confidence by now. That's good. Have you been able to learn why she was conspiring with her father? After the attempt on her life, that makes sense, but why go to her father? The Knights of the Flame are here to protect her. It makes no sense. Why would he send an army here? The assassin's poison came from Alakir. The Duchess said so herself. Dame Follett, are you certain? That's a grave accusation. Of course she was opposed to the marriage. We'll have to question her, but sending a Knight of the Flame to apprehend her might not be wise. I was hoping you might volunteer. That would help avoid a scene. Follett's home is north of the inn. If you'll go there first, I'll get some of my men and come as backup.
What it's come down to, then so be it.
Where's Follett? Did she run? I'm sorry to hear that. You did what had to be done, and I suppose her reaction merely proves her guilt. I wish I could say there was no longer cause for concern. Somehow, though, I just don't think that's the case. Something about all this just isn't adding up. Indeed. I would very much like to discuss this with you further, but not inside the castle. My home is past the market. If you'll give me a moment to settle matters here and check on the Duchess, I'll meet you there and we can talk.
You! Did Sir Hughes send you to kill me? You're not here to... Oh, merciful Stendar! Lakana! No, she's not safe. Hughes is going to kill her. He's crazy. Something about his dreams. If you don't believe me, check his journal. He was writing all about it. First, though, untie me. I have to get back to the castle and warn Lakana. By the gods, they've murdered the Duchess!
What?
Why would someone do this? Where were the Knights of the Flame? Why weren't they protecting my wife? There must be something, anything, that will explain this. Search the castle.
Lakana, my friend, this can't be happening. How could she be dead?
She cannot be dead. This cannot be real. My Lacana. You spoke with her, didn't you? What do you know of this? Tell me. Sir Hughes? Was he mad? He was supposed to protect her. How will I explain this to Lacana's father? To her sister? Lacana would never hurt anyone. She was innocent. My beloved wife. I don't understand. Sir Hughes served me for so many years. Loyally. Faithfully. Why would he murder my wife? Dreams? That maniac murdered my wife on the basis of a dream? He will die for this! You must help me find him. He's probably gone to Firebrand Keep. Please, do it for Lacana. Find Hughes and kill him!
Someone told me that the Library of Dusk is a trap for smart people. I guess we're safe then.
This isn't a good time.
These caves have been quiet for so long, but the winds have returned and our spirits with them. You walk among the living, yet you speak to the dead. Will you help return us to rest? I came here on a sacred mission, to slay the notorious bandits known as the Three. I ventured into these depths, leaving my fellow knights behind with orders to collapse the cave if I did not return. This cave became my tomb. Perhaps, but by sealing the cave, my fellow knights succeeded where I did not. The Three starved here in the darkness. But now the cave is reopened, and their spirits again threaten the land. You must put their spirits to rest. My sword is forged of consecrated steel, and dedicated to the cause of purging evil from these lands. Take it, and finish what I started. It will aid you in your quest. The blade may have rusted to the point where it is useless in battle, but its magic remains. Defeating the spirits below with the sword in your possession will bind their souls to its steel. I wish I could tell you that I died in valiant battle, but I cannot. Like the very bandits I came to slay, I starved to death here in the dark, after my fellow knights collapsed the cave. Yes, my fellow knights did what had to be done. I can only imagine how difficult it must have been. But I had failed to fulfill my vow, and it was the only way to ensure the Three would terrorize this land no more. No, these caves were too complex and the bandits too numerous. After the collapse, I crept down to find the Three eating their minions to survive. I was too hungry, too horrified to face them, and I knew they were only putting off the inevitable. My sword is...
On your soul!
You're a fool to come down here.
To the side!
What have you done, you meddling creature of flesh?
I sense a darkness lifted from the fiery depths. Tell me, have you done the deed? I can feel the serenity flowing into my spirit already. By destroying their spirits with my blade, you have fulfilled my vow and released me from this plane. Thank you. I'll return you to the surface now. Go with honor and my gratitude.
You there, in the name of the Knights of the Flame, I ask your assistance. You there, if you respect the name of the Knights of the Flame, then I would ask your assistance. Bandits are masquerading as members of our order and then robbing people blind. You can steal from the bandits that which they stole from us. The motherless swine somehow got their hands on our tabards, and now they're robbing travelers on the road to Rothgar. Kill as many as you can, but mainly get our tabards back. Stop. Please don't hurt me. I was hiding from the other guys. All they've done since I joined is pick on me. Being a bandit isn't anything like my brother and I thought it'd be. Please, it's too late for me. But not for him. Take this to Theron Berard. He'll know what it means.
Hello there.
You're alive. Were you successful? Thank you. At least now travelers won't be fooled into thinking they can trust these ruffians. After we get healed up, we'll make another push to drive the bandits from this region altogether.
You're looking for Sir Hughes, aren't you? Get in line! We've been waiting for him to come and clarify our orders for days. He returned, all right, but mumbling incoherently. Know what that means? Just more confusion. I think Hughes has lost it. The Duchess is dead? Hughes killed her? Oh, for Mara's sake, I didn't think he was that crazy. I guess that explains why his orders were so confusing. Good thing we didn't march on the Red Guards at Alcaire Castle. So I guess if Sir Hughes killed the Duchess then, crazy or not, the Duke is gonna want him to answer for that. I guess this means we're gonna have to find a new leader. He went into the keep. Sir Croix might be protecting him, though. Finding Hughes may be difficult until we clear up all the confusion here. You should talk to Sir Edmund. He's just up the steps.
Taking a stand for what's right is never easy. If you've come to Firebrand Keep to petition for help from the Knights of the Flame, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. Our leader, Sir Hughes, seems to have gone mad, and the Knights are divided over whether or not to follow his last order. This is far worse than I thought, and makes our cause all the more critical. Sir Hughes just returned to the keep, acting strangely. He's in there with Sir Croix, who is making preparations to attack the Red Guards at Alcaire Castle. Indeed. Myself and these others were exiled for standing against Sir Croix, but we are too few at present to retake the keep. There are other knights in the keep who are questioning Sir Croix. Could you go in and look for those who would join us?
I'm a Knight of the Flame. We're the protectors of Alcaire. You would have me disobey direct orders and turn against Sir Croix? You sound like that coward Sir Edmund. You are an enemy to the Order, and I will see you slain. Defend yourself, then.
If Sir Hughes really wants us to go to war, I'd prefer he told us himself. You're right. This doesn't make any sense at all. My duty is to do what's right, not to blindly follow orders. I'm with you.
I'm a Knight of the Flame. We're the protectors of Alcaire. You would have me disobey direct orders and turn against Sir Croix? You sound like that coward Sir Edmund. You are an enemy to the Order, and I will see you slain. Defend yourself, then.
Preparing the entire Order to go to war isn't easy. This is going to take some time.
You're right. This doesn't make any sense at all. My duty is to do what's right, not to blindly follow orders. I'm with you.
If Sir Hughes really wants us to go to war, I'd prefer he told us himself. You're right. This doesn't make any sense at all. My duty is to do what's right, not to blindly follow orders. I'm with you.
I knew more of my fellow knights would come to see the insanity Sir Croix means to unleash at Alcaire Castle. I think we have enough knights now to retake the keep. I've sent them to take up strategic positions. Indeed. Taking up arms against our fellow knights is something I know none of us wishes to do. but Sir Croy has forced this upon us. This is unpleasant business, but let's get on with it. I've told the knights positioned around the castle to attack on our signal. There's a siege horn mounted atop Firebrand Keep's main hall. If you are willing, I would ask you to go there and blow the horn. That will signal everyone to attack.
If you were wounded in the battle, go see Odette in the infirmary downstairs. She will see that your wounds are treated.
Keep those weapons sheathed.
We caught them by surprise, and I think we have the upper hand. I've been wounded, though. I don't think I'd be of any more use in the battle. I've done what I could, but I failed to find Sir Croy. Now I fear he would best me quite easily. I need you to do this. I believe the other knights will stand down if we can defeat Sir Croy. Will you face him for me? He's in the eastern garrison. Kill him. Put an end to this. There's another siege horn on top of the garrison. When Croy is killed, blow that horn. The knights will pause, and I'll use that moment to call for an end to the fighting.
At last, the outsider who rallies my knights to rebellion. I'm going to enjoy.
I grieve for Sir Croy and all those who died fighting for him, but there was no other way to save the Knights of the Flame. Thank you for doing what I could not. Indeed. With Sir Croy slain, I am assuming command of Firebrand Keep for now. Needless to say, preparations to march to Alcair Castle have been called off. Killing my fellow knights to restore order was hard enough, but this matter with Sir Hughes is unthinkable. He's down in the infirmary. I'm told he was raving about killing the Duchess before he fell unconscious. I don't know what to do. Then I suppose you must. Whatever crimes he may be guilty of, you should know that Sir Hughes was always an honorable knight. I simply must believe that his recent actions are caused by some form of insanity. The infirmary is below the Great Hall. Speak to the healer there, Odette. Get her assessment of his condition. Again, I would plead with you, if his actions are truly driven by madness, show mercy.
If you are wounded, you may take a bed in the corner. I will tend to you as soon as I can. I'm sorry to say that Sir Hughes is in no condition to talk. I tried to help him, but this is simply beyond my ability to treat. It seems to be some type of curse. He came in mumbling to himself, and soon he was just gone. I do not think you could cause his condition to be any worse, so you are welcome to do what you like. I warn you, though. Curses like this are very unpredictable. If you start to feel dizzy, I would suggest stepping away.
The Duke should not have wed King Faharajad's daughter.
The Duke's marriage was a mistake. He's put us all at risk.
King Faharajad is planning to invade Alcair. Duchess Lacana is a spy.
Lacana has everyone fooled. She and her father are plotting against us.
Duchess Lacana is orchestrating an attack on Alcair. She must be stopped.
The Duchess has betrayed us. I have to stop her. Whatever it takes. I know what you're planning.
What are you doing here? Leave my room at once.
I won't allow Alcair to fall into Redguard hands.
Alcair in Redguard hands? Tears of Set. You've gone mad.
I'm sorry. But this is the only way.
No! Please!
What have I done? I killed her. She deserved it, didn't she? I know she did, or I think I know. Is this real? No. It's a never-ending nightmare, whether I sleep or not. I killed Duchess Lacana. The omen whispered in my mind, poisoning my thoughts. Now it tortures me, forcing me to watch the murder again and again. The omen of fear, always with me, always whispering, telling me about the Redguards, about Lacana. I believed it, but it was lying. I murdered an innocent woman and betrayed the Duke. Now it's hiding, but it's not gone. We have to kill it. You have to kill it. My sword. In the dream, I left it in the throne room. The omen is drawn to it. Find the sword and find the omen.
I can see your fear.
You killed the omen. May the Eight bless you. My mind is free, but my sins remain. Yes, I'm all right, but not absolved. I ordered the Knights of the Flame to rebellion. I murdered the Duchess. I betrayed the Duke. These stains on my honor cannot be washed away.
Sir Edmund sent for me, and I came as soon as I could. Sir Hughes does not plead for clemency, yet he says his mind was not his own. As strong as my anger may be, I sense truth in your words, and some change in Sir Hughes's character. But he murdered my wife, and for that I can find no forgiveness. He asked me to take his life and restore honor to the Knights of the Flame. But my emotions are too strong. I cannot trust myself to make the right decision. You were in his dream. You saw what drove him to murder. You must decide his fate.
Very well.
Thank you for your counsel.
Rise, old friend. You will not die this day.
Then my punishment is living in disgrace.
I cannot allow one who committed so grievous a crime to ever serve me again. Sir Hughes may live, but he will never stand in my court again. I hereby strip him of his knighthood. I exile him from Alcair. He may never return, upon penalty of death. He faces a kinder fate than the one that befell my wife. Though the immediate danger is past, I fear this might be more than an isolated event. Sir Hughes driven mad by nightmares, and I've heard the constable in Coghlan village was similarly affected. We need to know more about this so-called omen. The spirit wardens of Pariah Abbey. They dabble in Daedric rituals, but they're benevolent. Speak to Brother Moron at the Abbey. Ask him if the appearance of this omen should be cause for wider concerns. If so, we should warn High King Emmerich.
Nothing about this has been easy, and it will be hard to look back on these events with anything other than sadness. I'm glad you came along, though. Without you, we might not be able to look back on these days at all.
I will return home and speak with King Vaharajad. I hope we can now focus on the loss of the one we loved, rather than the crime that took her life. Time heals all wounds, or so they say.
I fear that justice would have been better served by my death. I pray your judgment does not prove to be a mistake for the future of the Covenant.